Okay, Dan. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Klowns with a K?
Yes, of course. Did you like this movie?
No.
No? Are you sure?
I didn't enjoy the movie at all.
Okay, good, because I didn't either. But yeah, the one thing I did enjoy, did you hear the Killer Clowns theme song at the beginning?
Yes, it wasn't exactly Ghostbusters, was it?
No.
Like, when you hear Who You Done It All, you know what to shout.
Yeah. Still good, though. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it was a good effort.
So the movie starts with the old take a girl from school into a secluded wooden area to get drunk in your car 80s cliche.
Yes. Film came out in 1988, so it was perfect.
Yes.
It was kind of touching the edge of that cliche, though.
Yeah.
It was almost in the 90s, so it had only 2 years to do that.
Some dudes turn up in an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Like you're going to buy an ice cream mid fooling around with a girl.
And in the middle of the woods, too. You're not gonna do that.
No. I mean, I would, but...
I don't think I would.
No?
I think...
You never been, like, halfway through, having sex with your girlfriend and just, like, a Twister would be good right now, or, like, a Magnum?
Not in the middle of the woods.
In one of the next scenes, something flies above them, like a shooting star type thing.
Yeah.
We then cut to, like, a local hillbilly. He goes to investigate, and he stumbles into a circus tent in the middle of the woods. And then we see a clown kidnaps his dog.
Yeah.
And he's just like, the dog's gone missing. He's just like, something fishy is going on around here.
But he also gets kidnapped as well.
And he's also the worst actor I've ever seen in my entire life.
Again, a theme for these movies. Why they captured the dog, I'm not too sure. Kind of makes you question what their motive is.
Yeah, because they're here and they're like storing humans in candy floss.
Yeah, it's like a candy floss cocoon sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and their guns also shoot popcorn.
Yeah.
Did you see that one clown made a balloon dog?
Yes.
Like a balloon animal, and it comes to life?
It comes to life. It's a living balloon dog. I did quite like the way the inside of the circus tent was, though.
Yeah?
The weird elevator and rooms and stuff that they had.
Like a fun house kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. They probably did just, to be honest, just rent out a fun house or something.
Definitely.
But it was cool.
Did you notice that in every scene that's filmed inside a car that's moving, the backgrounds are just black? Like through all the windows.
Yeah.
Even when driving through a well-lit street, it's just black. Like in all of the windows. You can't see anything outside.
It was the 80s, so
That's no excuse.
There is no excuse, because they were doing this in the 60s and 50s. Yeah, TVs were in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
So when TVs came in?
I want to say late 40s. No, because they was...
No, 1920s. Yeah, 1927 was when the first...
Because they had fucking propaganda and shit, didn't they, in the war? So
Yeah, of course they did. Oh yeah, of course they did. They're movies. Oh my god.
Of course they did. Like silent movies, man. Jeez.
Yeah, of course, Charlie Chaplin and all. That wasn't in the 1800s. Come on, Dan.
Can you imagine the movies that come out in the 1800s? Fucking hell.
Be better than this. Oh, the laziness of the black behind the cars. They didn't even bother to either rear project something onto like a white piece of paper or white screen, or they had kind of green screen technology back then. Just use that.
Yeah. No, they just have fake cars that they sit the actors in and act out the scenes, and then like there's probably two guys on either side of the car out of shot, just sort of shaking the car a little bit to make it look like the car's driving. Because you get the overdramatic spins on the wheel in films where the driver is like spinning it around even though they're just going straight down a road.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know because the background doesn't change.
Yeah, so the clowns basically head off into the town and they basically just piss everyone off.
Yeah, they start putting them into like the cocoons and stuff.
Like there's one scene where a guy is like driving down a road and like a clown like pops up next to him, like driving like an invisible bike.
Yeah.
So the guy like slams the accelerator, driving literally as fast as he can to get away. and then the next scene we just see the car and it just flops over the side of this bridge. Like he's doing like 100 miles an hour. I know it's the 80s, but that cannot be an excuse for this film, Dan. I will not accept it.
No.
What did you think of the older police officer in this film?
So I thought he was going to turn out to be like either a clown himself.
What?
He was just... There was something weird about the way he was.
You mean that he kept talking to himself out loud?
Yeah.
When no one else was around?
Yeah.
Like his inner monologue doesn't exist.
It weirded me out a little bit.
He's borderline sociopathic because no matter what happens, he doesn't believe anyone. Like, at the start, the couple comes in and, like, he tells them about the clowns they've just seen in the tent. And he's like, you dumb kids pulling pranks.
Yeah.
And then later on, the whole town is, like, constantly ringing the police phone, telling him about, like, oh, there's a clown at my door. A clown's fucking turned my husband into a big balloon or whatever. And he's just like, the whole town's in on it,
I mean, if you got a phone call, though, if you were working the switchboard and you got a phone call saying a clown has just turned my husband into a balloon, I think you wouldn't believe it, but you would go there to check what drugs they were on.
But what if but he had hundreds, like phone call after phone call of people saying, oh, fucking a clown has done something clowny.
It's just mass hysteria.
He's like, the whole town's in on this prank. And then the other cop fucking rings him up and he's like, these clowns are real. Like, this is happening. And then he's like, I've had enough of you and everyone else in this town. I know what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to run me out the force. And he refers to himself in the third person constantly. But I will say, he does say to the younger cop, he says, go ahead and make a dummy out of yourself, but you're not going to make a dummy out of me. Which does foreshadow what happens to him, because the one clown turns him into a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the best scene in the film. Like, it was genuinely creepy.
Yeah, it was a genuinely creepy scene. It was unnerving. And I think if they had more of this and less of the crap, it could have been a really good movie.
Yeah.
I do like, though, there was the one who punched the head off the guy.
Yeah.
Just full on.
He's like, are you going to knock my block off?
Just the weakest punch you've ever seen. And his head just flies off.
Lands in the trash can. But they did do the stuff a lot of clowns and have them come out of a tiny car bit.
They had to. If you're making a clown movie and you don't do that scene, are you doing a clown movie?
No.
And it makes more sense because they're aliens. So they can fit into a car.
And then they pie a man to death. They throw pies at a man that kills him.
Like, it would have been funnier if they used, or even just more relevant, if they used like the flowers that squirt water, if it squirted like acid or something instead.
Yeah, because they do have that scene with the older cop, don't they? And they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
They drink in the blood of the people that they keep in the cotton candy cocoons.
Using a crazy straw.
Crazy straw, of course.
Not a normal straw.
So, and this is the scene where they find his girlfriend in the balloon.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to get her out. And like, he starts like punching the balloon. And then the cop pulls his gun out. Like, it's a fucking balloon.
Just pop it.
Just pop it, yeah. And he still shoots it. He shoots it. Even though the clowns are like nearby and will hear a fucking gunshot.
Could also kill her too.
Yeah. He's like, step back.
He's about to shoot a balloon.
The two ice cream truck guys return at the end of the movie at the one moment that the other three need to be saved from like a zombie type onslaught of clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they drive the ice cream truck through the wall and they speak to the clowns through the speaker and trick them into thinking that they are like the great and powerful leader clown or whatever the fuck. And they fall for it because the ice cream van has a clown head on the top of it. Despite these being clearly highly intelligent beings capable of like building interplanetary vehicles and guns that can turn people into cotton candy.
Yeah. Also the giant clown too.
Yeah, it was a marionette, I believe.
Yeah.
He then turns out to be like, I don't know, I guess the fucking engine or whatever for this UFO thing.
Yeah.
Because when they kill him, the whole thing explodes. So he was like powering this thing somehow or something. I don't know. But the one cop gets stuck fighting him and the UFO is like taken off at this point and the other town's police finally turn up to see this thing. And then the truck from inside the spaceship like lands right in front of the other cops. Like the UFO just blew up and then they're fine. Like he just walks out of this like truck that lands in front of them. And then it just ends.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, they get pied.
Yeah, they get pied in the face by all the pies that fall from the sky. And then that's the end of the movie.
I did read that the Sci-Fi Channel, they've been trying to get the rights to the movie since 2018.
Really?
So they can develop a sequel for some reason, yes.
A sequel? If they do manage to pull off a sequel, I think it will be...
In 3D?
And I hate to say this,
okay,
but I think it'll be really good. Because now we have the technology for good VFX for relatively cheap. So you can make stuff that doesn't look like absolute garbage.
Because this does look like garbage, you're right.
It does look like garbage, yeah. And it was the 80s, but
No, Dan, we've discussed this. And interestingly, the three brothers who wrote and directed and fucking did everything for this movie have done a lot of puppet work for a lot of big movies. One of my favorites being Team America World Police. I believe they were the head of the puppeteering on that movie.
Really?
They obviously know what they're doing, so if they could come back and do it again, have like a redo,
Yeah, I think give them a chance, give them some money.
give them some more pies.
Don't let them write it.
No.
But let them do the puppeteering.
And the pies.
No, we can leave the pies.
There's new clown gags, surely.
Maybe one of those, you know those electric like rings you can buy, like the shock rings?
Yeah.
One of those, maybe. So like they shake the hand of someone and it electrocutes them and you see their skeleton and stuff like that. Maybe that'd be cool.
That sounds awfully 80s.
These ideas, sci-fi, are free. This one, though.
Just the one.
We will watch the sequels you made
Yes.
and we will be in touch.